Om Shanti. Good morning, Diamond Morning. Baba is teaching us the way to become pure, the way to conquer anger and lust. And of course, the method is always soul consciousness and to remember Him. So let's listen to Baba's sweet virgins of the 17th of February 2024. In the essence, Baba says, sweet children, one way to become pure is with the power of remembrance. And the other way is with the power of punishment. You have to become pure with the power of remembrance and claim a high status. Question. The Father is the spiritual surgeon. What type of patience does he come to give you? Answer. Just as those surgeons reassures their patients and give them patience, saying that they will soon get better. In the same way, the spiritual surgeon also reassures you children. Children, don't be afraid of any illness of Maya. The surgeon is giving you the medicine so that all those illnesses come out. Thoughts you never had on the path of ignorance will also come. However, you have to tolerate everything. Make a little effort. Your days of happiness are now almost there. Your days of happiness are now almost here. Om Shanti. The Unlimited Father explains to all of you, you have to make sure the message that the Father has now come reaches everyone. The Father is giving you patience because on the path of devotion, you called out, Baba, come and liberate us and free us from sorrow. The Father reassures you that only a few more days remain. When someone is recovering from an illness, they reassure him that he will now be okay. You children also understand that only a few more days remain in this dirty world, and that you will then go to the new world. You have to become worthy of that. Then none of the illnesses, etc., will trouble you. The Father gives you patience and says, make a little effort. No one else can give you patience like that. You have become Tamo Pradhan. The Father has now come to make you Sato Pradhan once again. Now all souls have to become pure, some with the power of yoga and others with the power of punishment. There is also the power of punishment. The status of those who become pure with punishment will be reduced. You children continue to receive Srimad. The Father says, constantly remember me alone, and your sins will be burnt away. If you don't stay in remembrance, your sins will increase 100 times because you have defamed me by becoming sinful souls. People would say, does God give them such directions that they have devilish behavior? There are ups and downs. Children are defeated. Even good children are defeated, and so their sins are not cut away. Then there has to be suffering. This is a very dirty world, and everything continues to happen here. You call out to the Father, Baba, come and show us the path to the future new world. Baba knows that there is the old world on this side and that there is the new world on the other side. You are both. You're now moving along to become the most elevated human beings. Your anchors have been raised from the old world. You have to remember the home where you have to go. The Father has said, by remembering me, your rest will be removed. There is either the power of yoga or the power of punishment. Every soul definitely has to become pure. No one can go back home without becoming pure. Everyone has received his own part. The Father says, this is your final birth. People say that the Iron Age is still in its infancy. This means that people will become even more unhappy than they are now. You Brahmins of the Confluence Age understand that the land of sorrow is now to end. The Father is giving you patience. The Father also said in the previous cycle, constantly remember me alone, and the rust of your sins will be removed. I guarantee you this. He also explains that the Iron Age will definitely be destroyed and that the Golden Age will definitely come. You receive this guarantee. You children also have the faith, but because of not staying in remembrance, you perform one sinful act or another. You say, Baba, I become angry. That is also called an evil spirit. The 5 vices in this kingdom of Ravan cause sorrow. The karmic accounts also have to be settled at the end. The illness of lust emerges in those who were never troubled by the vice of lust previously. They say, I never had such bad thoughts before. So why are they troubling me now? This is knowledge. This knowledge makes all the illnesses emerge. Devotion doesn't make all the illnesses emerge. This is an impure, vicious world. There is 100% impurity. From being 100% impure, you now have to become 100% pure. From being 100% corrupt in the world has to become 100% pure and elevated. From being 100% corrupt, the world has to become 100% pure and elevated. The Father says, I have come to take you children to the land of peace and the land of happiness. Remember me and spin the world cycle. Do not perform any sinful acts. Imbibe the virtues that those deities had. Baba doesn't cause you any difficulty. In some homes, they have evil souls who set everything on fire and cause a lot of damage. At this time, all human beings are evil. There is the suffering of karma in a physical way too. Souls cause one type of sorrow or another through bodies. Even if a soul doesn't have a body, he can still cause sorrow. Some children have seen that which you call a ghost. like a white shadow. However, you mustn't think about that. The more you remember the Father, the more all of that will end. Those are also karmic accounts. Daughters at home say that they want to remain pure. It is souls that say this. Those who don't have knowledge say, don't remain pure. Then there is a quarrel. There is then so much upheaval. You have now, Baba says, you are now becoming pure souls. Those souls are impure and so they cause sorrow. They too are souls. They are called evil souls. They cause sorrow with bodies and also without bodies. This knowledge is easy. You have to become spinners of the discus of self-realization. However, the main thing is purity. For this, you have to remember the Father with great happiness. Ravan is said to be evil. At this time, this world is evil. They continue to receive many types of sorrow from one another. Those who are impure are called evil. There are many types of the 5 vices in impure souls. Some have the habit of lust. Some have the habit of anger. Some have the habit of distressing others. And some have the habit of causing damage. Those who have the habit of lust become angry and would even hit someone if they don't get it. This world is like that. Therefore, the Father comes and gives you patience. O souls, have patience. Continue to remember me and also imbibe divine virtues. He doesn't tell you not to do your business, etc. Similarly, those in the military have to go into battle. They are told to stay in remembrance of Shiv Baba. They take the words of the Gita and believe that if they die on a battlefield, they will go to heaven. This is why they go happily to battle. However, it is not like that. Baba now says, you can go to heaven, just simply remember Shiv Baba. You have to remember the one Shiv Baba, and you will definitely go to heaven. Whoever comes, even if they become angry, whoever comes, even if they become impure by going back, they will definitely go to heaven. They will experience punishment, become pure, and then definitely go there. The Father is merciful. The Father explains, don't perform any sinful act, and you will become conquerors of sinful acts. This Lakshmi and Narayan are conquerors of sinful acts. Then, in the kingdom of Ravan, they also become those who commit sin. The era of King Vikram begins. People don't know anything at all. You children now know how Lakshmi and Narayan became conquerors of sin. It would be said they were the number 1 conquerors of sin, and then, after 2,500 years, the era of those who perform sinful acts began. That era is called the era of King Vikram. So back to the Murli. Baba says there is the story of the king who conquered attachment. The Father says, become a conqueror of attachment. Constantly remember me alone, and your sins will be cut away. By becoming pure, you can erase the sins that you have committed for 2,500 years and make yourself Satopradhan in these 50 to 60 years. If you don't have the power of yoga, you will receive a number at the back. The rosary is very big. The rosary of Bharat is special. The whole play depends on this. The main thing in this is the pilgrimage of remembrance. There is no difficulty in this. On the path of devotion, their intellect's yoga is connected to many. All of them are the creation. No one can be benefited by having remembrance of them. The Father says, do not remember anyone. Just as on the path of devotion, this simply used to perform devotion. So now, at the end, remember me alone. The Father explains to you so clearly. Previously, you didn't know this. You have now received this knowledge. The Father says, break away from everyone else and connect yourself to the One. And with fire of yoga, your sins will be burnt. You have been committing a lot of sin. You have been using the sword of lust. You have been causing one another sorrow from its beginning through the middle to the end. The main thing is the sword of lust. That too is in the drama. You cannot ask why such a drama was created. This play is eternal. I also have a part in it. You cannot even ask when the drama was created or when it will end. A part is recorded in each soul. The plate of a soul never wears out. A soul is imperishable and has an imperishable part. The drama is also said to be imperishable. The Father who doesn't take rebirth comes and explains all the secrets to you. No one else can explain to you the secrets of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. They neither know the occupation of the Father nor of souls. The world cycle has to turn. It is now the most auspicious confluence age, when all of you human beings become elevated. In the land of peace, all souls are pure and elevated. The land of peace is the pure world. The new world is also pure. There is peace there. Then, when you receive a body, you play your part. We know that each one has received his own part. That is our home. We stay there in peace. We have to play our parts here. The Father now says, on the path of devotion, when you worshipped me in an unadulterated way, you were not unhappy. Now that there is adulteration, devotion, now that there is adulterated devotion, you have become unhappy. So, The Father has now said, adopt divine virtues. So why are there still devilish traits? You have called out to the Father to come and make you pure. So why do you become impure? In that too, you definitely have to conquer the main vice of lust. And you will then become the conquerors of the world. People say of God, He is a worshipper, and He is worthy of worship. That means that they bring Him down. By such sins being committed, the world has become greatly vicious. In the Guru Purana, they speak of the extreme depths of hell where scorpions and lizards bite. Look what they have sat and written in the scriptures. The Father has explained all the scriptures, etc., also belong to the path of devotion. No one can meet me through those. They have become even more tamopradhan. This is why they call out to me to come and make them pure, which means that they are impure. People don't understand anything at all. Those whose intellects have faith become victorious. They gain victory over Ravan and go into the kingdom of Ravan. The Father says, conquer lust. There is upheaval because of this. They say, why should we renounce nectar and drink poison? When they hear of the name nectar, they think that it emerges from the cow's mouth. The water of the Ganges cannot be called nectar. It refers to the nectar of knowledge. A wife washes the feet of her husband and drinks that water, considering it to be nectar. If that were nectar, she would become like a diamond. The Father gives you this knowledge, through which you become like diamonds. They've glorified water so much. You give the nectar of knowledge to drink, and they give water. No one knows about you, Brahmins. They speak of the Kauravas and the Pandavas, but they don't consider the Pandavas to be Brahmins. These words are not mentioned in the Gita, so they do not consider the Pandavas to be Brahmins. The Father sits here and explains the essence of all the scriptures. He says to you, children, judge between what you have studied in the scriptures and what I tell you. You know that whatever you heard previously was wrong, and that you are now listening to that which is right. The Father explained, all of your seekers, devotees. It is only Rama, God, who gives the fruit of devotion. He says, I come to give you fruit. And the fruit of devotion is knowledge. Baba is giving at this time. Back to the Murli. You know that you experience infinite happiness in heaven. At that time, all the rest are in the land of peace. They do receive peace. There, in that world, there was happiness, peace, purity. There was everything. That world meaning heaven. You explain that when there was just the one religion in the world, there was peace. But nevertheless, They don't understand. Hardly anyone stays here. At the end, many will come. Where else will they go? This is the only shop. When a shopkeeper has good things to sell, he has them at a fixed rate. This is Shipaba's shop. He is incorporeal. Brahma is also definitely needed. You are called Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. You're not called Shiv Kumars, Kumaris. Brahmins are also definitely needed. How could you become deities without becoming Brahmins? Acha, okay. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found, children, love, remembrance, and good morning. From the mother, the father, Bapdada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say, Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana points to practice for today. First point. You have to imbibe divine virtues like those of the deities. The evil sanskars you have in you, such as the habit of anger, etc., have to be removed. You have to become conquerors of sin. Therefore, don't perform any sinful acts. Second point. In order to become as elevated as diamonds, drink and give others the nectar of knowledge to drink. Gain total victory over the vice of lust. Make yourself Satopradhan. Settle all your old karmic accounts with the power of remembrance. And Baba's blessing for today. May you become a detached trustee and remain free from being confused by keeping your intellect free from the spinning of any consciousness of mind. And Baba explains the blessing. When there is any confusion in your intellect, you understand that there is definitely one or another type of consciousness of mind involved. When there is any consciousness of mind, the intellect goes into a spin. When you think as a householder, there is some upheaval. Therefore, become a completely detached trustee. Any consciousness of mine, my name will be spoiled. I will be defamed. To think in that way is to become confused. Then, no matter how much you try to put it right, you will become more confused. Therefore, become a trustee and free from confusion. God's children must never be confused. And the slogan for today: you are children of the great Father. And so do not allow your hearts to shrink or be afraid in trivial matters. Om Shanti. And our next signal for today, for this month of February, the theme: inculcate the virtue of sweetness and love in your life, and all other virtues will easily come. And today's point: invaluable words. Continue to sweeten your mouth with the toli of sweetness, and with your sweet words, sweet sanskars, and sweet nature. Continue to sweeten the mouths of others. Bhavdada wishes to see sweetness and speciality in every word of you children. He wishes to hear invaluable words. Om Shanti. So, Baba has given us quite a great deal of spiritual food to make us so healthy, spiritually, emotionally, physically even. So let us pay attention and let's inculcate. Do have a powerful day in Baba's sweet remembrance.